I think it's right around 2:35 a.m., maybe 2:37 a.m. on what is now Thursday, May 29th, 2025. I was wiped out 2 hours ago, and I've been lying here trying to sleep, and there's been somebody directly below in 76 once again making slamming and banging noises directly beneath this bed whenever I happen to do anything that is remotely personal or private. And I don't do anything weird in this unit. I've known for years that there are surveillance devices being used, starting with the fact that Greenville staffers admitted to that back in 2018. I found a surveillance device that looked like a little tiny black paint splatter on the wall across from my toilet back in 2016 or 2017. Then kind of ignored it for like a couple of years and took a close look at it one day and realized it's not a paint splatter. It's a little tiny eye. It looked like an eye. And there were no other black paint splatters anywhere on the wall around it, so it wasn't a splatter. It took me a while to figure that out. Sometimes I'm a little slow. So, people can see and hear what I do in the privacy of this living space, and they keep telling me that they get to see what I do in here. And the psycho pig sex offender Jason DaCosta was calling my phone last May repeatedly when I'd be lying on my bed trying to sleep, telling me that he watches me when I sleep and that he was going to murder me. And then I had to call the police and file a report about that. So yes, people can see and hear what I do in the privacy of this living space. It's not science fiction. It's not imaginary stuff. We are now way past the 1960s and 70s where surveillance cameras were the size of a small, suitcase or something. And now they are literally the size of tiny little ballpoint pen tips. And you don't even see them half the time or most of the time. So the things that keep me awake at night, besides the slamming and banging and the occasional use of a directed energy device, which obviously was happening 15 minutes ago, along with the slamming and banging from 76, that piece of shit never sleeps. And that's why I have reason to suspect that it's the same piece of shit. Hate stalking, surveillance using reject, sex offender, psycho trash named Jasmine Irizarry, who's been doing this for 11 years now, courtesy of her sponsor and employer at the Greenville Group, Mr. Oleg Aleseyev, the Russian crooked slumlord property manager. So besides that, and dealing with the blasts from her directed energy device that she herself has bragged about using in multiple written comments on my YouTube channel, telling me that she gets paid $300,000 to use it, that she has it mounted on a tripod, that she's aiming it at my head, all kinds of other weird and disturbing comments that she made about her use of a directed energy device. Aside from worrying about that at 2:30 in the morning when I can't sleep, oh my God, now she just did it again. Yeah, so the piece of shit directly below is 76 is Jasmine Irizarry. Yeah, that's a fact. I think she officially lives on the second floor, but she is evidently being permitted to access or intermittently use Unit 76. Whether or not there's another resident in there, I don't know. There can be two people in the same unit at the same time, obviously. It is entirely possible for two people to be hanging out in the same unit in this building at the same time. So Irizarry might be intermittently accessing Unit 76, just like she intermittently accesses the bathroom of Unit 78 and engages in the same exact identical, very unusual and highly disturbing and dysregulated behavioral pattern that she has been engaging in for 11 years. And one of the things that I was just pondering while lying here flat on my back with one knee bent to alleviate pressure on my lower back, and that's what seems to trigger Irizarry into using her directed energy device every time I happen to do this in the dark and privacy of my living space, is that the contents of my phone, even when I don't post them anywhere, appear to be out there for public knowledge and consumption, which means that my phone has been cloned. And I believe that law enforcement also has access to the contents of my phone, specifically the videos that I make on my phone. I have two different phones, two different phone numbers, two different carriers, two different cellular providers for this exact reason. Because years ago, I realized that Jasmine Irizarry was hacking into my laptop computers and all of my electronic devices, including and especially my cell phones. And when I went to Oleg Eliseyev and told him that she has the ability and has repeatedly deleted files from my phones that pertain to legal action against the Greenville Group or that pertain to law enforcement reports or information I was preparing to take to the police about her or about the Greenville Group, those documents would suddenly mysteriously disappear from my phones. And what did Mr. Eliseyev tell me when I said Jasmine Irizarry is hacking into my phones and deleting my text messages and other documents pertaining to action against the Greenville Group? He said, oh, she's so talented. She can hack into anything. She can get into anything. And he also said at a later date, she can take care of any problem. So there you go. So I'm going to use this phone cloning or phone hacking situation to my advantage and reach out to a partner that I have in the law enforcement community here in Boston, initials MB, and just say, hey, I need you to align with me on what I keep putting out there. It's not serving the greater good for you to be working against me and buying into all the lies and defamation and slander and gossip that are being dumped onto the police by the BLM psycho pigs in this building who literally have taken over the entire building complex, have hijacked the management and somehow bribed them or threatened them or whatever. Maybe the management is sponsoring them. I don't know. I'm a little tired right now. But either way, they are dumping all kinds of vile slander, verifiably false character assassination, defamation, lies, gossip, and rumors about me to the police. And the police are really, really stupid and just literally swallow it hook, line, and sinker, thus proving what I've been saying for years, which is that the BPD is BLM's little bitch. Please do not let this continue. It is a disservice, not just to me, because I am not hurting anyone. I don't go after anyone. I don't harass anyone. I don't go near these pieces of shit. I don't talk to these pieces of shit. I don't interact with these pieces of shit because they're pieces of shit. Just look them up. Police, you have all the records, or you have most of them. So why don't you just put your money where your mouth is and look up the sex offender psycho trash who I keep talking about in my videos and stop telling me stuff that isn't true about these people. They do exist. They do commit crimes. They do have very extensive, very prolific criminal records, sex offender status, drug use situations, psychiatric histories, and they all live in the building across the street, and a lot of them in this building as well, even though they're not supposed to live here as far as I can tell.